Your screen dark. You ever find out what it was? Yeah, your video don't be dark though.
Nah, I don't be dark. It's sometimes the light behind it.
Yeah.
Showing the towards us, it'll like automatically.
Oh, okay. You good then?
I ain't got to. Yeah, so once we all right. Oh, we running? We running? Yep. Right, all right, all right. The Hebrew Israelites from the week in and week out, prophesy the downfall of America. And first and foremost, we give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akakadash.
We want to give double honor to the apostles, image that for the 12. And peace, blessings, salutations to the open elect saints out there, which are Hebrew Israelites, 12 tribes. And Lord's will you be edified. Go ahead and start off with Psalm 36. Make sure you speak up. The one thing you got to remember, we can't be shy. We come out here and speak, or got to, raise our kingly voice like the other Bakar always said. Got it, brother.
This is the book of the Sirach, chapter 36, verse 1. Have mercy upon us.
Which we need, because this predicament we've been put in. We're waking up to the fact that we've been punished through our power, Yahweh Shai, and through Yahweh Shai, we're going to be redeemed. So it's important that we ask and beg for mercy for Yahweh to keep on, give us perseverance to keep striving, to keep pushing, to get into His graces for us to be redeemed. Because we see how the 2/3, the monster of the 2/3, the unbelievers, which again, 2/3, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. We see how Christianity have got them, Islam, believing that the African, believing in that the American cultures, your American identity that was given to you by the so-called white man, your oppressor, master, has corrupted them. So we beg for mercy, and perseverance that Yahweh Shah please with us, keeps us in that straight gate. Right?
O Lord, our power of all, and behold us. Verse 2, and send thy fear upon all the nations.
All the nations, the heathen nations, because they have boasted themselves. They've given the horn, especially our enemy Esau. He's the horn of the power, meaning, he's the man in charge right now. You can read Romans the 13th chapter, he's been set up. And we ask for mercy that, Lord keeps us safe, keeps us that multitude of angels that hedge around us. Look at Sonya Massey, look at George Floyd, look at how all the other jigs are being gunned down left and right, being slaughtered, catching diseases, just being basically judged on a high rate, high scale. And it's going to continue because like the scripture says, what is it? Whipping is for the fool's back. We understand our people have become foolish in this captivity because what they have given themselves to idols in the ways of the so-called white man.
That seek not after thee. Verse 3, lift up thy hand against the strange nations, and let them see thy power.
And the other nations are going to eventually see the Lord's power when he comes back to the angels. But the scripture tells you the Lord's going to come back. He's not going to meet this place as a man. So, when Yahweh Shah comes back this time, he's going to come like an angelic like being. He's going to come with power to judge the nation, ultimately throw the so-called white man down. That's what our people have to realize. That's the reason why the super white man has been elevated and lifted up. Going back to Romans the 9th chapter, because hey, the Lord has to show his power. Because Yahweh has, he tells you in the scripture, he's the power that has hid himself. And he allowed the heathen to basically take power over the earth and then boast of himself and his strength, which is what? Carnality, vanity. Just like when you look at King David and Goliath, what did King David say? Hey, this is a heathen that's boasting of his own strength. But hey, Yahweh is the power of all things. He created everything, right?
Verse 4.
He's the one you ought to fear, right?
Verse 4. As thou once sacrificed in us before them,
Mhm.
so be thou magnified upon them before us.
And that's what you're seeing. Starting with the prophets, starting with the elect. You're seeing Yahweh, the names of Yahweh Bashir being magnified. Because as you can clearly see, everybody is given that what is it, that they're bowing their heads down to the so-called white people. You know, they're talking about China's going to be the next superpower. They're talking about North Korea, Russia, but they're not going to be the next superpower. These people have clearly forgotten about Daniel the 7th chapter. It tells you how the Lord, our child's going to come back during this time, cut down the so-called white people. He's going to bring up his kingdom. Going back to Revelation 21st chapter. We're going to see a new Jerusalem, a new earth, a new heaven, right?
Verse 5.
Let's see what y'all mean.
And let them know thee.
Real quick.
Come. This is Isaiah 55 and 8. It says, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my, it says, so are my ways higher than your ways.
So basically, I forgot where it is. Basically, long story short, your best bet you can do is take heed to Yahweh Shem Shah, because you can't tell Yahweh what to do. You can't fight against him. You can't war against him. And again, you can't hide nothing from him. So the best thing you can do if you got any sense, this is for you so-called Negro, Latino, Hispanic, Native Americans. The best thing to do is take heed to this message, take heed to the gospel. The other nations, they're heathens. The Lord is not dealing with them. So of course they're gonna, like the scripture talks about in Deuteronomy 4:19. He allowed the host of the heavens to worship the stars, the moon, the sun, etc., which ultimately lead into them worshiping themselves. Every emperor before, every king that was ruler eventually got big-headed and started wanting the people to worship them. Same thing with the Edomites, the royal Rothschilds, the elites. They want the nation, all the nations, the earth to bow down to them. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen, because they actually believe that they have one up over Yahweh Shem Yahweh, which is false. Never take it, never receive it. It's like the scripture says, when they think they should spill their belly, then here comes sudden destruction.
It says, in my thoughts, or Slaki, in my thoughts, in your thoughts, for as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and make it bring forth and bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper.
Who has he given his words, his prophets, some with the elect? So again, Yahweh's not going to come down and speak. He's going to have his messengers. But you have to acknowledge the Lord does and always send prophets. But who are the modern day prophets? Right? Which we claim know that they're the elders of GMS, right?
It says, I'm gonna read verse 11 again. It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.
Preaching his gospel across the four corners. Hey, that's why you having that remembrance being in that name Israel, Yahweh Bashir Rashad being brought upon the earth. Prior to the 60s and the 50s, man, you didn't, in the 40s, you didn't hear this. Yes, you did have men and women that knew they were Israelites. But again, it wasn't broadcast, as you see it today. So I think I only got on the scene in 2007. That's when it just took off like a wildfire. Right? Now you can't. Everybody knows who we are.
Yeah, concerning the internet.
Yep, that unicorn. Everybody knows who we are. So hey, we see how the Lord is working. So we have nothing to worry about. We know that through Yahweh Shah we're doing big things. So all we need is that mercy from Yahweh Shah and for him to keep us with that perseverance. Brother can't hold the definition of perseverance too. I believe it's with being able to withstand through adversity.
You grabbing that, Hamayan? I got another precept too. This is 2 Ezra 15:1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people."
Speaking the ism of my people, that so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanic, Native Americans, who are sincere and contrite ones that are really taking this thing seriously, because yes, we got to understand, growing up here in America or where we've been in our dwelling places, in our captivity, we have been corrupted. Our minds have been corrupted. We have learned great bad habits from our parents and our people, in our peers, our Israelite peers, which have how you say grew up to become heathens in the state of mind. But the Lord has called us again to remembrance, so we can remember that we are Hebrew Israelites. Better yet, spiritual the ones that's going to mortify our members, try to have a good balance while here in this captivity to the coming of Yahweh Shah. Because hey, like the elder Bob going to health, you know, videos, mannerisms, character, these are things that you have to remember, take heed to. Because hey, you got the world out there, which bug people out. Then you have the truth here, which is supposed to make a man precious as gold. So you got to understand you can't be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You have to be all in. You got to know basically how to conduct yourself in this captivity because the world is strong. Like Elder Shaw, we goes into that. The world is very strong. You see how it's corrupted people, our people left and right. Right?
It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord."
Yeah, so we're actually learning what the revelation over revelation to dance on. So now we don't have to sit there and have to really be all indulged in this world. We don't have to fight. We don't have to vote. It doesn't matter if Kamala or Trump get into the house. America's going to be destroyed regardless, man. We don't have to get caught up in a civil war. We don't have to get caught up in all the bullshit in America trying to prove ourselves. We don't have to prove ourselves to no goddamn woman. We don't have to prove ourselves to no goddamn nigga out here. All we have to do is constantly, how you say, take heed of what we're doing out here and mortifying our members. So Lord's will, we can have mercy from the Abashim Shah. Right?
It says, "And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Right.
Fear not the imaginations against thee."
And Lord allow the prophets to have their scribes to write all these things down in what? The sword, the Bible. Right? For what? For our learning. For this time of day that we're living in now. So you can clearly see, everybody doesn't take the Bible seriously. Because you got all these people say, yeah, I read. What do you read? A bunch of books. But a bunch of books is very of the flesh. And another thing, you'll come across certain people that talk about they read and read, but then you ask them, like, what are you learning from what you're reading? Are you actually applying it? Is it helping you? Is it benefiting you? And it's clear to say it doesn't. But the people are still lost. See, with this book, Yahweh Shah, that was sent to the God, this gospel, which was sent to our people, so-called people like Hispanic Native American. This is supposed to help you. This is supposed to make, hey, like the scripture says, you shall know the truth, and that it shall set you free. But this book is set to free our people from what? The mental battles that you're having amongst this world, man. Because here in America, one of the biggest things that's going to challenge you is your mind, mental state, because we are reproached. Our woman is against us. children against us, we're in captivity. Esau makes us hard, we underneath oppression. And there's so many other things, you know. So the battle or it's just a constant battle of being in this captivity here in America. Our image has been tampered with. So here it is. We're actually doing the most righteous thing ever on the earth. But then we're being ridiculed saying we're the worst people. But you actually have niggas, 2/3, that are out there committing some of the most heinous acts like Esau, but they get away and they get a podcast. They get broadcast. Man. Like you still got old drug dealer kingpin niggas that have been locked up for 25 years, and then they'll make what's called a documentary about this nigga, really praising this nigga, man. You know. So here it is. It's a very big. It's very mental. You know, again, that perseverance. You got to ask of Yahweh going into what Ephesians, I think the 6th chapter, but the spiritual armor. Get that with perseverance. You got it. Brother the show.
This is a definition of the word perseverance. It's not giving up.
Hey, not giving up. Hey, like the scripture says, a just man falleth 7 times, but righteous man shall get up and continue to go on. You know? But a wicked man shall not rise back up. We're seeing a lot of people are ending up in trouble. A lot of our people are drug love the fuck out, crashing out, burning, losing themselves. Man. Why? Because they don't have the light of Yahweh shop. That's why we are really truly blessed. If you know that you're an Hebrew Israelite, and if you have the right teachers, start with the apostles our apostles of GMS, you're truly blessed, man. Yes, you're going to have temptation, trials, things you're going to go through, but ultimately you're blessed. Nothing comes easy, So when we get that crown, which it talks about, what is the second chapter, the third chapter talks about I was shot giving those men that fought, labor, and toil, or gave them those crowns. You that again, nobody is respected as a champion if it was given to you. You had to fight for it. So we had to fight for this for the kingdom, you know. And what the scripture says in what's the battle of all men? They shall fight. I think it's in second Ezra the 9th chapter.
Yep.
Right?
It is persistence
Huh?
and tenacity. The effort required to do something and keep doing it till the end.
Go. There you go. So it's very mental. You need that perseverance. The only way you're going to get that is through Yahweh Shah. Hey, Yahweh Shah prayed. Remember the garden of Gethsemane. I'm not saying it correctly. Hey, the Lord knew that he knew the bigger picture. He saw the bigger picture. He didn't think about himself. Even Paul. Paul said, I'd rather be in the spirit world, but I have a mission. We understand. All of us would rather be in the spirit world. I can go. I don't, if I could, I don't want to be there. But hey, evidently I got work to do. So since I'm here, I have to put my hands on the plow and not look back. Man. And then also you got to understand, this is a blessing because not a lot of people were called to do this thing. Man. It was very few. So for you to actually have that chance to worship and honor Yahweh Shah and these vessels, these change of darkness. Hey, that's truly a blessing. More,
Even if it's hard.
hey, it's hard. Nothing easy about it. Ain't shit beat you. It's sweet about this, man. We always constantly going through shit. A diet, a weight, health, our surroundings, niggas, the Edomites, the other nations, your job, your man, it's a constant up and down. Your mind, you wake up shitty, wake up sick. Women have demons on them, your kids don't. Remember, man, this is hell. But this hell was for you to cherish Yahweh Shah so you can want the kingdom. Because if you didn't have hell, you wouldn't want the kingdom. You wouldn't want to fight. And like the scripture says in Proverbs 22, a good name is more precious than ruby and gold. And we want a good name. We don't want to be defiled with what's going on with the ways of America, man. America will give you a corrupt name because to really uh, get somewhere in the society, you have to corrupt your fucking name, man. Yeah, you have to defile your name. Get that from me, brother Bashar. A good name is I can probably come to it one.
This is Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 1. And it reads, a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches and loving. Like a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches and a loving favor rather than silver and gold.
Right. And we understand what Esau is giving you on this side is not even real money. It's not even silver and gold. It's backed by nothing. He just give you a little gifts and dainty. And what just like regardless of a lot of jakes that are big names in the society, but when you really go down into it, yo, they really had to do some wild shit to get there. Denzel's, your Jay-Z's, your look at even guys that didn't really go nowhere with it, like Pat Pooch. Hey, look at what Remy's doing. She's fucking his name up, man. You know, dragging his name. And you can say what you know, oh yeah, Remy this, she did. But at the end of the day, man, this whole infrastructure is set up for failure. It's not set up for you to make it unless you're willing to taunt your name, put a blemish in your name. Well, we don't want that. Man. We want an uncorruptible name. It's like we want that uncorruptible crown, you know, incorruptible crown.
I got precept.
Go ahead.
This is First Corinthians 9 and verse 24.
Huh?
And it reads, know ye not that they which run in a race, all but one receiveth the prize. So run that ye may obtain.
So,
And
yeah, so again, you have to really the pace you got to set. Can't be like nobody else. Can't be like other Gabar. Can't be like other Sahab. You got to set your own pace. Can't be like other Yashwamba. Can't be like other Manat Zakbar in South Carolina. You know, get what I'm saying. The other brothers out Vegas or the brothers from Cali. Can't be like you got to set your own pace. Set your own how you say set your style. You get what I'm saying. You know, to keep in that perseverance, to keep going. You know? Right?
it says, know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that ye may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things.
One thing I can attest and agree with Elder Kabar is he's talking about your health, working out. That's one thing that is very important rather than the truth. I can actually sit there and say, me running, jogging, jump open, working out on the stairs, and this brother can agree with me as well. But us doing these things and watching boxing and actually taking boxing lessons, it really does help the mindset. It really makes you, it helps you to, it adds to that perseverance.
It says, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown. And it says they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible.
Now you have a lot of dicks that'll be in this society do whatever it takes to fucking get a crown, and they will go hard. They'll sell up. Hey, like the scripture, not the scripture, but like that song that says backstab, smile in your face. They'll kill their own mother, their own brother for some goddamn money. And that's the mindset of these people in America. Why? Because people are so derived on of getting fame, you know. But at the end of the day, fame gets you nowhere. You're hot for one moment, but then then they gradually freeze you out. Right? So at the end of the day, it was what you done to get that fame and that attention, that stardom was worthless. Right? You got it.
It says, I therefore so run not as certainly, so fight I not as one that beateth the air, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. You got it, bro. Yeah, like the brother was going into, man. We're walking a path, like the scripture speaks of, that straight and narrow path, with fire on one side and deep water on the other. That only one man can go in at a time. And we're running a race, and we're running this race not just to run in it, not to drop out, not to finish it, but to go through the finish line. And like the scripture says, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. Man.
What that scripture says, God go. Basically talks about not finishing your course. You don't want to be like that person that started something and
Don't finish it.
Don't finish it.
Right. Yeah, the ones that are going to receive those crowns are the ones that finish their course, man. That have fought that good fight, that fought all the way into the end, that didn't sell out, that didn't stop, taking hold of the plow, that didn't go back into the world, and Lord willing were those men. You got it, brother. This is the book of Jeremiah 4, chapter 4, verse 4. Therefore I said, surely these are poor. They are foolish, for they know not the ways of the Lord, nor the judgment of their power.
That's the ones that don't take it serious. They're going to get judged in 2:30 because the whole time the Lord had the message right in front of our people's faces. They went to other revenues, different other routes. They went to go look at different other podcasts, other ways to try to beat around the bush. This is, the only way. Hey, like the said, the Lord said of one route, the shake gate, which was to the kingdom. Other ways, no back door. There's no, hey, can you open the door for me? Hey, you, can I buy my? No, it's none of that because that also ultimately goes into the hypocrisy. You can't be a hypocrite in this thing. You can't be lukewarm. Like the other always goes into. You can't be lukewarm. You got to be hot. Right?
Oh, that was it. I got a precept.
You got
Okay, it's Isaiah 55:1. It says, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters. Lock it. It says, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye and buy and eat. Yea, come buy wine and milk without money and without a price. All right, and that's speaking about this wisdom and knowledge, man. It's true. It says, verse 2, wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfies not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye.
That goes into that wasted time that our people believe that's proper.
Time.
Wasting their time loving America. Vote. You got. You see how at the end of the day, man, it's just a shit show for Jake. Anytime they can get Quavo, that nigga haven't been relevant. Anytime they can get Megan Thee Stallion, that bitch is not relevant either. And they can just broadcast her, make her twerk, and sit there and that's the hypocrisy in itself. They want to get mad at men for supposedly raping on women, touching on women, not respecting women. But here it is, Kamala herself sat there and made a how you say it? A breach for attempt. A breach for attempt. You made a woman present herself as a whore. Well, we know when you look at Megan, so-called Megan Thee Stallion, you got brothers be like she might be a man or whatever, but you have dudes that look at her, twerk, and might get aroused and get provoked with the thoughts to do something. Well, that's what you just push up. So the point that they would do that just so they can win votes, win people to vote and please and egg people on, it shows you right there, man, these people don't give a fuck about our people, man. Wherever it is, our people are still caught up in that madness, man. Right?
It says, wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which is satisfied not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness. Incline your ear and come unto me here, and your soul shall live. you know, and you know that, and that's what we come out here week in and week out, you know, to tell our people to wake up from the madness that they're involved in. You know, not only that they're a Hebrew Israelite, but to repent unto Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, their true power, and come back to who they truly are, you know, and the laws, statutes, and commandments, man. You know, and I got a precept to go along with that, you know, because you know this wisdom and knowledge is likened unto many things in the scriptures, man.
You know, it's crazy. And it's that's sort of years of, something will happen, and we'll bite down on it, videos and that's about what's to come, what's to happen. Then we look at the people, they don't care. If something else to happen, we'll bite down on it, bring it forth, see how it links up with prophecy. Like the situation going on in Israel now. The other nation, hey, him links to the prophecy and brought them out. So the Middle East, the tension in the Middle East is going to really cause a lot of uproar. And the situation with Trump, Kamala, with Civil War, we've been telling our people, we're telling them, you are afraid right now. It's a lot of eyes on the so-called black people. They don't realize through the years of all that Jezebel spirit that's been seduced and put on them, now you don't have no hedge. You think the black women listen? No, that's been known since the 50s and the 60s that the black woman don't fucking listen. She's fucking hard headed. She'll talk. She won't say nothing else. She won't say nothing to Master, but she'll listen to Master. Master can tell her what to do. Ain't nobody else tell her what to do. We've been saying this. We should take these notes. We tell our people as a whole, the Middle East is about to be a World War III. Famine, oppression. Well, it's already been oppression. But you got to have civil wars, more murder, more atrocities, more. It's going to get wild out here. Theft, witchcraft, so everything. The people listen, no. They still put a gather abroad. They don't take heed to the message. They don't take heed to warnings. You know, you would think again we're around the school, and you look at these fucking kids around here, and they're not even kids. I can't even say that because they're grown. Okay, even when I was in my 20s, I never have a fucking mindset like this. Right. I knew shit was real, even when I was growing up. But these grown, these adults here, grown ups here, they have no fucking, they don't even have a fathom of what's going on. And it's right before their faces, man. So that's why, again, when judgment hits this place, we're not going to give two shits about it, man. Because like Scripture says, the Lord sent his messengers and his prophets out there daily, and our people didn't take heed. So when so-called blacks, Hispanics, Latinos, Native Americans start dying more here in America, hey, good riddance. You know, go ahead.
It's John 7:37. And the last day, that great day of the feast, Yahweh Shah stood and cried, saying, if any man thirst, let him come up unto me and drink. He that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water.
Right. And the Lord has kept 7,000 men that has not bowed down to Baal. We're the ones that again are thirsty for Yahweh Shah. Now, and that's why we're able to continually come out here and prophesy, man, through the Spirit.
But Second Timothy 2:3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
So again, it's like when you go into what Hebrews, I think the first and the second chapter, it talks about how the Yahweh Shah basically depicted the way of an angel, but he came in the way of his brother, going through the adversity, being tempted, being trial, and all them things. Same thing with us, man. We're out here we're basically in the war. We're in the war too. You even had certain prophets, Jeremiah, Isaiah. They went in captivity. Group. So we're out here with our people, going against the same trials, tribulations, temptations, and all that, man. And we actually sitting here telling our people through Yahweh Shah, we get through it, man. You know, he give us a mind in a way to get out of those temptations, man.
Right.
You know, we know how to fast. Hey, our people don't even know how to not eat fucking breakfast, man. Our people don't know how to stop eating 2 hours every 2 hours, man. Our people have been polluted in this place, man. Their minds are gone. I have a mom. I don't, man. I'm be honest with you. I would not be surprised at any moment they'll say, "Yo, my mom's in the hospital because she don't fucking eat right, man." And talking to her is like me talking to this fucking piece of wood. Talk to a brick wall. So again, our people have been corrupted by underneath the so-called white man.
Right.
And that's why, again, if you don't want to take heed to the message, what else is good for you? You have to. That's why our people have to be put down. Right?
Second Timothy 2 and 3. Now therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai and Mashiach. Verse 4. No man that warreth entangle himself in the affairs of this life,
Right.
that he may please
Because
him.
again, everything that has to go in this society here is corrupt and nasty. And I mean, when you read Romans, the first chapter, going to Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter, worshiping idols and different gods and philosophy. Just look at how so-called black man and woman, and Puerto Rican man and woman has become. They're freaky and freak the hell out, man. They don't know their left hand to their right. Women don't know what a woman is. A man don't know what a man is, man. So what the fuck can you defend? Here it is. A woman don't know what a woman is, her role, and a man doesn't know his role for a man. All of them just wanted to chase lust. I mean, that's just so-called right. Again, Amalek knows who he is. But the rest of the other old Edomites, they don't know who they are, but they are the sons of the wicked. They're Edomites. And the only thing that they have that they can actually sit there and say that, they, how you say, feel good about is that blacks are in the ghettos killing themselves. The black woman is a new whore. So they pride off of the function of Jake. So that what makes them feel, oh, I'm so glad to be white. But they're not fucking white. They're the Edomites, man. Right?
I'm gonna read the NLT. It says that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. Now the NLT says, 2 Timothy 2 and 3, endure suffering along with me as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai and Mashiach. If I can say, going into books of spiritual about how things are going to get hard. And in reality, you don't want to go into times to be in, and as it gets harder, being a soft ass dude. And when you are entangled with the character affairs of this world pacifies you, so they can use you.
Going to the railroad, y'all was shot.
Yep.
Ways of the road, took them up. And it's like going to again, going to Amalek knows who he is. He knows the power of being you wish.
Yep.
You know. These Edomites, the only thing they empower themselves is on being white, which they've been lied to. So the only thing that's beneficial to Esau is our people being a fucking idiot, being a foolish man, childish children, worshiping different idols because they don't. Here it is. Our people don't realize it and really truly fathom and believe that they are the children of the living power. A nigga still want to be a nigga. A black person still want to be black. You can sit there and break down all the scriptures, the lessons, show them videos. It will not get to their thick ass skull. So again, death has to happen to the 2/3, man.
Right.
Because here it is, the modern common Edomite, again, they pride themselves on being white, which is, because they don't know who they are, but really they're Edomite. And then you have Amalek that know that they're Amalek, man. But the point of this is these Edomites, they're them strategizing this society to corrupt us has been to their game. And for them, gaining power over the whole world, man. Underneath the disguise of being white and an Amalek.
Right.
And being an Israelite, that's us. That pertains to our people, man. Because when you look at the history of the dispersed in diaspora in captivity, that doesn't fit no other nation. We're the only ones on the earth that don't, so-called blacks, Latino, Hispanic, Native Americans. We're the only ones on the earth that don't know who the hell we are. Calling ourselves off of fucking landmass. But then when you go ask them to go deeper and deeper to the before captivity and when they got punished and conquered, they can't tell you nothing. But that was at one time that was the most important thing a man could do. Tell you his fucking lineage, man, and have honor in that. But now a man, they don't have no honor in nothing, man. And that's why the so-called black man thinks it's okay to walk around like a fucking idiot, man. I saw a nigga with dreads today with some fucking headphones on, listening to rap, and just being an entertainer. That's all a nigga know. Dancing. And my thing is this: why would I mean really make that make sense? Why would you have anything in your head in your ears when you're in a when you're in a city like area? Anything could fucking happen. That just shows you right there, people are fucking stupid, man.
Yep. 2 Timothy 2:4, the NLT. Soldiers don't get tied up in the affairs of civilian life.
And the Lord called us soldiers.
Yep.
And again, things are going to happen. We're not going to sit there and consider it as nothing. That's part of the battle. That's part of warfare.
Right.
Things are going to happen. Things are always going to happen. But again, going to that word perseverance. Have to have it. And what it says, hey, the ability to pull through in hard times.
Mm-hmm. I'll finish off that chapter. It says, for then they cannot please the officer who enlisted them, which is how about we can't afford to live as civilians. We can't have that mindset. Even Jake that don't even know the Israelites or believe this truth can't afford to be civilians because Esau's after their ass. You in the house boiling water, he's looking to blow your head off. No one can, no Israelite can really afford to be a civilian behind enemy lines. But this is how cold the Lord is, man. He's blinded majority of our people from really knowing what's going on. Know thy enemy.
Never trust that.
Never trust.
If you don't even know that you're in a war, what the fuck is?
That's more benefit to the enemy.
Yeah. I mean, it really,
resources.
But, it really makes sense. And you really got to look at it like that. If you don't know you're at war, you die.
Yeah.
God damn, you're afraid. He said, la 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 la.
Catch your enemy off guard.
Yeah.
That's what Esau's doing. He's luring you so-called Eagles, Latinos, and Native Americans to sleep. And that's a war strategy. When you attack the enemy, you don't let the enemy know you coming. This ain't like the Civil War where they lined up and on this day,
I know, right?
We're coming to fight you.
Right.
You line up your
right.
men in this open field, and we'll line up all the red coats and the blue coats, and we all just gonna start shooting each other.
Yeah, right.
Still could come out at the end. Nah, man, you go fight your enemy. That just shows that whole Civil War was number bullshit.
Yep.
When you go fight the enemy, you don't let them know you coming. You come with strategy. You come in secret. You come in the night. You come when they off guard.
Yep.
So you get the advantage, and that's what Esau's trying to do. He's trying to get the upper hand and the advantage. And that's what he's always trying to do. That. All right. You got it, bro. I got a precept. Mine's a little long.
Esau trying to keep.
It's just like in the book of Maccabees, right? He when he came against Israel, I forgot we trying to find that precept.
When they was in the Sabbath.
Nah, not that one. When they started giving I'm not sure if it was Antiochus or not, credence. I'm gonna find it.
They give the breakdown.
But even in that time when Antiochus said let us all come together, that's a war strategy.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, Greek was in power.
Yep.
Basically, just like today. He's talking to all that fine and dandy. Yeah, everybody come down. Ishmael, Ishmael, I'll let you make your mind in Henrico. I actually pour concrete and all that for not concrete, but gravel for a big ass mountain. So Esau allowed them to build their own mosque, and all that to come here and multiply. But you still pay taxes to this goddamn devil. You still going to take heed to the rules of the so-called white man, and you still, when it comes time for you to bow down, take that MOTP, you better be there to be lined up to take it too. So, and overall, yeah, it's all cool, fine, and dandy. Yeah, we all worship together. Come on, yeah. It's all about love, and God, and God love us. That's a war strategy, because at the end of the day, when you come to America, who runs fucking America, man? the Wunderlich and Amalek, man. So you can do all that, you know, and ultimately that's why you know when you look at how the other nations got it ruled, they can't even live by their morals anymore because they're playing with Esau now. Esau, the man, you can't live peaceful with this nigga. He's a true nigga. Go ahead.
Yeah, I found it. It's First Maccabees 1 and 29 and 30, and this is concerning Antiochus. This is first. I'm gonna go straight to the point. This is First Maccabees 1 and 29. It says, and after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute unto the cities of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore and destroyed much people of Israel. You know, so he was speaking peaceable words to the Israelites. As soon as he has received that credence, you know, as soon as they gave in, he he waged war on them. It says, let me read that again. It says, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. And this is what the so-called white man is doing right now.
And another thing, another war strategy that took place. Look at the book of Judah. And it said, oh, look this, hold up. We ain't gonna touch it. Surround it. Take their waters. Basically, allow them to not be able to come out. They're going to eat themselves. So they're going to, they're basically, and it tells you in the book of Judah, they were ready to give themselves to Holy Spirit. And yeah, Judah had to, it was the top priest of that, the top priest of them, ready to say, look, another day go by, we just going to give ourselves to Holy Spirit. But, Judah had to, big them up,
Every definition of credence.
Go ahead, bro.
Credence says belief in or acceptance of something as true, faith, trust.
Basically they're putting their faith in Esau right now. You know, he's telling you that he's about to build America back better. You know, that there's a bright future. Trump. Yeah, there's a bright future for America. There's a bright future, for your businesses, for your household, for your livelihood. You know, you can keep setting up stuff for your great grandkids. He's not telling you the truth. He knows what's about to happen.
Hey, what's the big one now? Generational wealth.
Yeah. He's telling you to keep your faith and trust in this society and this system when he himself knows that he's about to crash his own system. You know, it says, for when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore and destroyed much people of Israel. And when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire and pulled down the houses and walls thereof on every side. And that's what's about to happen again, because at the end of the day, yeah, America's going to be destroyed, but America's going to be destroyed by, exactly. This is Esau's kingdom, and he's about to destroy his own kingdom.
Same thing as Rome. Rome fell with it.
Yep.
And this is an extension of it.
Yeah.
It's going to fall with it.
Right. So, Esau's about to, like it says in Revelation, the 12th chapter, the 12th verse, he's about to come down hard on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Man.
Yeah, because the new system has to be set up and in place. Again, that this whole the regular American mindset that you get, tell your kids to go to college, you get the American dream, buy the house. That dream is done with. Man. It's a new system, new world order. Hey, what is it? Klaus Schwab. He coming out. Yeah, he's coming out, man. Yeah, we ready to come in and swoop in, man. You ain't own nothing. Hey, remember that Prophet Muscle?
Yeah.
In the gym?
Yeah. What about it?
He talk about taxes. You don't own nothing.
Oh yeah.
You don't own nothing.
Yep.
You got to pay tax. Fucking Prophet Muscle, man.
Yeah.
So, this whole mindset of Jake and what they're promising our people, man. I mean, that just shows y'all people are foolish because ever since the first president, which had slaves, the second president had slaves, the third president, every goddamn president had slaves. And it's not funny that these Trump got, listen, I see the black woman. Was that her? Yeah. Slaves, man. Same shit. Ain't nothing changed, man. They still promising our people some black child, a black what was when Biden and Trump was going on the debate back and forth. So what are you gonna do about black people? The same joke as it always is. We still worrying about what they're gonna do for our people. Prohibited the scriptures talking. Get the hell out of here, man. That's why the scripture said
And
what?
that proves that your vote, you never got that guy in office.
Never.
Give me that scripture that you just shall be your priest, you just shall be our fall, Egypt
Isaiah
shall
the
be your
33rd.
confusion.
It's Isaiah the 33rd chapter, I think. Either 35 or Isaiah 30, maybe.
Yeah,
Well,
you would think
Isaiah
again,
30 and 1, I think.
but again, when you go from 1960 on down, Jake knew Esau got the devil. After the civil rights integration, the drugs, the black exploitation era, pimping, Cambria, yeah, Jim Brown and all of them, the black exploitation, and yo, they made the movies actually somewhat good. You know, they was not gonna sit there and lie to you. Hey, Superfly, I swear every nigga after that wanted a perm, so he was some goddamn man. He was man. He wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, sure. So again, it had a big influence on our people, but that was all the coercion to make you one with the society, man, and to blindside you to what you have today. Because even Jim Brown even said that whole Martin Luther King was thing was for communism. And remember during that time, Russia and America didn't were beef hard during the Soviets.
Well, Martin Luther King was in a communist school.
Yep,
You
the
know?
communist school.
Yep. Michael King, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
So they basically, so what, and again, that war between Russia and America always was there. That hatred, because I think America had something to do with the fall of the Soviet Union, the USSR.
They
So
were
right?
the leading forefront of putting together NATO.
Yep.
Yeah, and Martin Luther King just, Michael King, whatever you want to call him, he just falls in the same category of these rappers like your brother was going into. Concerning this whole election campaign, what is Jake, these influential leaders and, whatever you want to call them in Hollywood, these rappers, etc., they're telling you to be one with this world. It's the same thing all over again with Martin Luther King. Telling you to put faith in America, put your faith in the so-called white man. He's your friend. But he said, I had a dream.
Right. And
you know? Yeah. He was in that category, man. He was a sellout, man. He did backdoor deals, man. He did perform rituals and all different types of things, man, for money and fame. And the same thing's going on today, man. And that's really the only way you're gonna get a level of status in today's society, man. You got to be willing to do what Esau wants you to do and say what Esau wants you to say. As simple as that, man. Or you are not gonna get it, man. Because money, really money's nothing to Esau, man. He just makes the digits appear, on a computer, on a phone, on a bank account, man. He ain't really give you he really don't have to go to the vault. He don't have to go into the earth. He don't really have to take nothing from his pocket, so to speak, and give it out, because the dollar is not backed by, gold or any type of true wealth, and it's basically the whole money system is basically witchcraft. So he's making things appear out of thin air.
Right.
Yeah, that's why they always murdered everybody off that was against the Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
Like the scripture says, not the scripture, but like you said, anybody give me the control of the money of the word reserve, something like that. Yeah.
I was reading that yesterday.
Yeah, and what it say, and there was the other dude that said if America knew what they did when they started the Federal Reserve, they would war with us today. They would war with us. Because they basically, you created money out of nothing. Thin air. The way that the American dollar becomes alive is when you give it to somebody and you get it. Basically usury. It's usury. You can never pay it off.
I think that brother had Isaiah 34.
I got this quote. I got a quote. Meyer M. Show Rothschild says, "Let me issue and control a nation's money, I care not who writes the law."
So, and how was he the least able to have that money and have that power? slavery. He had control of the children of Israel, the true children of Israel. He conquered Gad. He conquered Northern Kingdom. What is it? Zebulon, Asher, Gad, Simeon, Manasseh, Ephraim, what else? Naphtali, Reuben, you know, Zebulon, Issachar. So he had those resources. Then he brought over Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and made them work for free. That's man. I mean, that's years of resources and gold and come on, man. How can you compete with somebody like that that had that? How you say that? When they race, you give them that head start, man.
And he didn't accumulated so much wealth and resources that he set up Martin Luther King to ultimately portray it like, okay, let's give them a little something. Let's give them a little something, because ultimately these things that we're going to give them and these so-called freedoms, we're going to use that to our advantage and our benefit in the end, to get them to put more faith and trust in us, right? And ultimately to take that charagma, because they that whole plan of the New World Order, which goes way back, you know, that Michael C had being at the forefront of that has been spoken about years and years ago in these secret councils. Man, it ain't something that just came about 20 years ago, 10 years ago. They've been speaking about this, the having everybody with a device inside them years and years ago, man.
It's Jake that I used to go to the tires, pick up the truck. He gave me this, told me to read this book, Communist and Equal. And basically talks about how Jake was basically Martin Luther King was, how you say, basically it was all used for a front, so they could throw down the Soviet Union. Because that was the time when Russia was really was they had the oil reserve. And to get the oil reserve, they had to like cut some with demonize Russia, so they can get the Middle East. So they can control that oil reserve. Now basically stab out Russia.
And Martin Luther King was trained up in a communist school, man. These high level agents, because not Martin Luther King just wasn't any old sellout. Ain't like they just took somebody off the street. They needed somebody with some type of knowledge, some type of wits and smarts about him, and some type of reputation that he could build up to get on a certain level. Just like he uses all these other agents, man, and train them in a certain way to be used for a particular purpose, and then ultimately they just take you out. Exactly, man.
I forget what they call it. It's like some kind of camp where they
train
you up for child.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like some of these various different leaders amongst these other nations, man. And these different Al-Qaeda groups. You can say, I believe Osama bin Laden was an agent. They groom these people up, and set them up in these positions so that it's highly believable wherever they're placed at, because you can't tell the people in Afghanistan that Osama bin Laden wasn't a leader to them. They didn't see him, come up through the ranks, participate in their wars, join the military, do this, get power, be poor. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good agent. That's how they set you up. They set you up to live that life, to the fullest. And then years down the line, we got to place it. 15, 20 years down the line. Man.
Then they got to get rid of you, because once they really
that's
know,
what they don't tell you.
Yeah, once they really know like what has happened, they'll tough.
Right.
Saddam
yeah. Or they just see you on an island somewhere, man. They see you in Cuba somewhere, and you got to go on little island, little land. But if we ever see you come out of this boundary, we are gonna kill you.
Right.
Simple as that, man. There's a whole lot of land out there, man. Esau talking about it's overpopulation in the world. Man, come on, man. There's lands that Esau doesn't even allow to appear up on the map, man. No fly zone. Yeah, con.
And look at those headquarters in the
leaks.
Yeah. All them goddamn acres.
Right. No fly zones. You can't fly over this area, man. Don't even appear. This island right here don't even appear on the world map. Don't appear on no kind of map. Certain land masses, man.
You're not gonna find where them at least be.
Right. What Esau do is wickedness. I think the brother guy said 30. I got a precept going on with him. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, and verse 12. I'll start in verse 1. The point should be in verse 3. like this will be the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
Yeah. Take counsel of Yahweh Shai the prophet. No, no, hell, they're elsewhere. Looking for answers with, what is a lot of broken hopes and wishes and promises. Now, the so-called white man, I mean, what was that the video they had? They always were dangling bread or something.
Yeah.
See, I'm hungry,
Right.
but you never
Yep.
just keep dangling bread. He said, "What you think I'm gonna do?"
Hey.
He said, "I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna take it from you."
And that's them Hollywood niggas for you.
Yep.
That's Esau dangling that bread over you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
Like,
You know?
Right.
Esau had to set up Hollywood to get these jakes to the point that they are today, to still be in these election campaigns, to still having faith in the system. Because if there wasn't no Hollywood, there wasn't nothing to look at, like, well, I'm gonna be like this for the rest of my life.
they had to get the slaves hope.
Yeah, like I don't give a fuck what goes on in the government, man. You know, at the end of the day, I gotta go to work. I'm going to work. Man. It wasn't, we wouldn't see what we see.
That's your
today,
teacher.
man.
He had to get the slaves hope.
Right. So you got a nigga that come up and say I done came from the mud, from the bottom.
That was the story.
Yeah, the nigga that all his music videos, he talking about robbing, stealing, doing drugs, overdosing, this and that.
Jay-Z come from Marcy Project. Now the nigga talking about some he got shares with the book. Man, shut the fuck.
You know, the nigga, what was the nigga they had on for the Kamala Harris? What was his name? Was it Quavo?
Yeah, Quavo.
Yeah, you know, he all you look through his music videos, all he does is promote gun violence, and then he gonna go up on stage and say, you know, I'm concerning Kamala Harris trying to solve the issue concerning gun violence amongst the prominently so-called black community. Like, nigga, what is you talking about, bro?
They first mixtape. And I actually sat there and listened to that shit. They got a shit about bitch with the town. Talking about
yeah. Man, I just googled on you. I just YouTube this nigga the Amigos. I just went to like the third video. The cover of the video got them holding big old, army rifle. You know what I'm saying? Like, what he talking out of the side of their
mad and bougie.
Yeah.
They said, stupid ass shit.
And you so-called black should be mad at that, man. You know how is this man, with his priors, his history, and what he supports and pushes, allowed to come up on the election campaign, man? Yeah, and you so-called white people should be even madder, man. Yeah, that's how you know this place is done, man. How Esau let that stand, man? How do we let these niggas get up in our election campaign? It's already one thing we got this so-called black, even though she ain't an Israelite, you know what I'm saying? But to the face value, the majority of these people think she's a so-called black woman, okay? Then how do we let these niggas get amongst our election campaign like this, man? You standing in the crowd, you next to niggas twerking and shaking, and you like, yo, what the? Y'all should have been a riot right there, man. You wouldn't have seen that 40 years ago, 50 years ago. Come on, man.
Y'all remember that Edomite? I gotta find that video. That Edomite that with a suit. The chick was like, "You give us a mic." He said, "Give me a gun." Right
oh yeah.
Shoot this bitch right there.
Yeah, he was a war veteran.
Yeah, he was a war veteran.
Yeah, she was talking about shit about basically
America
and the military and shit.
Right.
He said, "Come and give me a gun. If I had a gun, I'd shoot this bitch in the face."
He looked
funny.
He said, you can see he was serious.
Because I mean,
gave him a gun, he would have shot that.
Yeah, because going back to the ancient world, you couldn't speak about the king. You couldn't speak about his military. You couldn't speak about the things that he's pushing on a law level without getting put to death or silent. Come on, man.
That was bastard.
Yeah, that's how you know this place is almost completely finished, man. Because you can speak about this place, in an outright manner. And I'm talking about outside the truth. You could come about and speak inflammatory words about the president of the United States, and you ain't gonna do nothing. And these other nations are looking upon that, man. They're like, yeah, this place is almost right for the picking, man.
They become weak as us.
Yeah,
Right?
And continue for verse 1, Isaiah 30. You got it, bro. And thy cover with a covering, but not my spirit, that they may add sin to sin.
That's what Jack is doing. The added transgression upon transgression. It's getting worse and worse. Now you went from knowing that your enemy was the so-called white man to now you think he's your friend.
Right.
Now, again, it's just nothing else but what the scripture said, there's no healing Babylon, there's no healing this place.
Right.
And what the scripture says to our people, the whole head is sick.
Yep.
Why should the Lord afflict us anymore? All they're gonna do is revolt more.
Yep.
You ever try to tame a wild horse, throw a bit in his mouth, or try to ride that motherfucker, gonna do kick him up. He might damn near kill you.
Our people are screaming for Esau. Well, hey, the Lord's gonna give you what you want. He said, what y'all want? Just like in the ancient world, y'all wanted a king.
Yep.
He gave him a whip. He gave y'all Saul.
So,
yeah. You know,
when those are seen.
we want to Edomite to run over us. Hey, you want to see my face? Show us your face. Hey, the Lord gonna give you what you want, because Esau's got sinister plans, man. So you didn't vote it. Go ahead,
I know, right?
go ahead and vote for it. Which the agenda's not going to change. The scheme is not going to change. That's already been set in stone by these wicked elites, so to speak. Right? You know, yeah. The point should be in verse 3 if you're looking for it.
I know, right?
That one,
Yeah, 13.
Okay. Yeah, read down to verse 3 and then jump to 13. Because both of your points are in that chapter. You just keep on reading down. Yeah. Done.
Verse 2, that walk to verse 2, that walk to go down unto Egypt, and have not asked of my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
You're asking for life, peace, sanity, no variation, no more oppression.
They can't even scream for reparations, man.
Right.
They vote for president just to get a law change or raise minimum wage. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, Jake don't know what to even ask for.
You think of Jacob like you gonna give us reparations?
Right.
We want this, we want that, and then we'll vote for you.
Right.
The nigga might lie and be like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. You know, at least that could be considerable. These niggas is voting for presidents just to raise. You making $17 now you make $19.
Right.
But inflation happens on that. The inflation on your ass. You know,
It's like Dr. Claude Anderson said. What?
it's like a drug dealer. You want a thicker sack. He said, all right, you want to weigh more? You throw some sticks and
I know,
seeds in
right?
there, or to
That's
make it
rough
bag
stuff.
heavier. There you go.
Just wait.
You walk away with a smile on your face.
Like, just wait. It's like
Dang.
You get it on the back end.
Right.
like Dr. Claude Anderson said, we have never made a president hold his word.
Yeah. Because we really go into the whole presidential election campaign, concerning these presidents, they're actually doing a form of prophesying on the left hand side. They come up and they say, you vote for me president, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, help the community, I'm gonna do it. And they make all these promises to the people, but as soon as they get elected, none of that shit happens.
And that's why I always say this. Remember,
They falsely prophesy.
remember this. And then you got a dummy that sit there and see, well, it's because so you want to make one person have so too much power. That don't make sense. Because why would it be 4-year term, 2 4-year terms? People doing good.
Right.
So that lets you know right there, the whole point was to fuck everything up to the good for order. Because if you had a good president, you keep it, right? You'll say, fuck the election. He's doing good. He got shit thriving. He got people in check. People are he's trustworthy. The nation are making deals with him. Everything going smooth. Keep him in office.
They gotta keep going along with that system. See? They can't change the system up. Because in the faith, people will be like, hold on, wait a minute. I thought you said only 2 terms.
But again, go back to the point.
Exactly. Gone.
It doesn't make sense
Right.
because that just lets you know right there. Every term or every 2 terms, people get worse and worse and worse
Mm-hmm.
to the New World Order. It was the pulling down in the y'all and the witchcraft and the sorcery to the New World Order. Because remember, you had to have you had Edomites that played both fields. He was for slavery, releasing them, letting go, independence. Then you had some Edomites that were taking heat and gas on too.
Mm-hmm.
So you had all that in the middle. So underneath the smoke screen of making America great, I'm the president, I'm the leader, such. They had to play with the minds.
Yeah.
You had the elites and the regular Edomites.
They got to keep people on the edge of their seat.
Yeah.
If you just have one leader in there for 20, 30, 40 years, people would be on the edge of their seat, eating popcorn, listening to the news, the new thing. You know what I'm saying? They got to keep them on the edge. Keep it exciting. It's like a new episode. You know, it's always, if you just watch a long, long movie that's 7, 8 hours long, it ain't as interesting if you break it into episodes, man. They have different titles for each episode.
That's why when you look at them other monarchs, they be the same guy for a long time.
Because really, it's the same. Really, when you really go down deep into it, the same ruler's been ruling America for quite some time now. Man. You know, because it ain't nothing but the same elite, wicked families that are in rulership. And even when that particular man dies, it gets handed down to his son or another one of these wicked elite Edomites. That same family line stays in rulership, man. You know, so when you really want to boil down to it, it's just like the Roman Empire.
But again, it's smoke screen.
There you go.
It's just again, all America is just a smoke screen of communism.
Yeah,
but remember, America tried to demonize Cuba, North Korea, China, and Russia. But look at America. They're the biggest bullies on the earth.
Yep. He's a hypocrite.
Yeah, you don't own your house.
Right.
But they say other countries, you have an idiot here in America who says, you ain't done your right. You don't own nothing over the mother country. You don't own nothing. Because you get what's so good about America? You can leave, you can be like Hollywood niggas.
Right.
Because you can go out there and drink a beer on Friday, Saturday, then mingle it down on Sunday, go back to work, slave Monday through Friday, do the same shit over again. That's freedom to you? You can fucking screw women, different women, and do drugs. What's your I asked a nigga?
They say, yeah.
I asked a nigga the other day. I said, yo, give me 10 reasons. Give me 5. This is why you like he's good.
Right.
I said, so nigga, why you vote?
Right.
Fuck out of here. Go ahead.
And to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Verse 3, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame.
Your shame. And look at Jake. Their faces show. Go ahead.
And to trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion.
You know, our people are completely in a confused state. Man. You know, here it is, we're this far down the line, and they're still doing the same things they was doing, you know, at their ancestors. They're still doing the same mistakes that their ancestors were doing, man. You know, and they haven't learned anything from the ones that came before them, man. You know, and ultimately, you know, the Lord just put a spirit upon the majority of our people not to get it, you know, not to come, you know, to the understanding of what's really going on, just concerning the war, you know, I mean the world, Salakia, the rulerships, you know, and even furthermore, not, you know, be able to receive this wisdom, knowledge, and truth.
And ultimately goes back to the prophecy of them being blind. What is it? It goes in Isaiah. It goes basically to the stumbling block. It also goes back to the curse.
Yeah, like David said.
And remember, the Lord had it basically set up 2/3 so you can pinpoint the curses. So you can pinpoint where the children of Israelites are.
Right.
Children of Israel. Right. So it all works hand in hand. You know? The Lord knew Yahweh knew what he was doing. Yeah. So now you can actually pinpoint to what curses, Deuteronomy 50 down to 68. We can pinpoint where the Israelites are. So you can now you can see the ones in Amalek, the one in the land, Now they don't fit prophecy, because no, where's Northern Kingdom? Why is there still oppression on the earth? Why is those curses still being played out and enacted on a certain people that's on the earth? Right? Over 13. Yep.
Verse 13. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall.
When America start falling and collapsing,
Yeah,
you niggas gonna go down right quick.
there's already a crack in the bridge.
Yep.
You know, it's cracked. The metal is rusted. The iron's rusted, deteriorating. It's like the bridge out in Baltimore, man. You know, except we know what happened with that. But you know, we see the cracks in America, man. You know, and Esau's system. It's about to fall, but the majority of our people, they look at those cracks and say, they walk right past it every day. You know,
They got time.
yeah, they see holes, they see the ocean under, they see the river underneath. You know, and the holes are getting bigger and bigger, but they still believe that this bridge is going to stay up, it's going to uphold. It's still going to hold the weight of us. We can still drive across every day. You know.
Like I said, if you spoke on that woman making TikTok confessions about her life, how it sucks, how they were lied to. The breach has been
right.
crazy.
God.
You know a kingdom is going down.
Yeah.
She was getting pleasures in this kingdom. Held high above us.
Yep.
Now she's complaining.
Right.
Yeah, working 3-4 jobs, can't make ends meet. You know, realize she
Sugar
lied to sugar daddy. Sugar daddy
had
cried up.
had a nigga on her back and forth.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine.
I'm hungry, baby. Think so much. Okay, sugar. Okay. How much you need? Had all of that.
Yep.
You got 50-year-old virgin. A man. Woman ain't virgin. That shit. A woman that's a virgin these days?
Yeah, the movie they made was called 50-Year-Old Virgin.
Right,
it was about a man. It wasn't about a woman. 40-year-old virgin. I got a precept.
Continuing swelling out in the high wall.
You can see it. You see it about to relax.
But
you can't see
levee's
it.
about to break.
Yeah, we see it, but you can't see it.
There's water seeping out the hole. You got this big old dam, and you see water coming out. Is that water?
Right.
Sit on your feet.
He said, "No, that ain't water. Jake, no, that ain't water.
It's gonna hold up. That bridge is strong. That bridge been there for 400 years.
Yeah. He got my great grandmother was there.
They gonna patch it up.
Right.
That's what they try.
What he say?
That's what he said.
Trump said he gonna fix it.
Yeah, they trying to patch it up.
Kamala can fix it.
Right. They trying to vote for who can patch up the fucked up bridge and the fucked up wall. Some shit you just can't fix.
Right.
You know, you go buy a car and you look under the hood, you look at the tires, and you crawl your ass up under that car. And you're like, oh shit, the frame is shit. There ain't no fixing the car, bro. That's it.
Destroy it.
Yeah. No matter how good
Where that shit they crush part.
Yeah,
right.
but the paint look good.
Right.
That's Jake.
You just gotta make a whole new
car, whole new shit. Jake look at it.
That model, you gotta make a whole new brand new one.
Jake look at it. Look at the paint. Look at the wheels. Man, look at it. Oh man, look at the interior.
He said, nigga,
don't bring no check. Don't bring no check engine check. Like scan tool. Right. Nigga don't know what a scan tool is.
He said, nigga, this shit a paint job. Hit a motor. I want this car.
Yeah. They don't know it got frame damage. It got rust damage, man.
He don't know. He don't think anything break on this car. How you say? The hardness of it fixed. Like, how do I first a van, actual van? Man, you know how much small room you have to fucking put a hand in there to try to change something?
Yeah. And then you add rust upon that. Hey man, I am a mechanic. And once there's rust damage, bro, there's certain shit you can't fix. It's simple as that. Bolts don't come off when you take the bolts out.
Then you need a welder.
Yeah.
I need a welder.
And then you can't weld rust. So like once rust sets in, and then rust eats the good metal. You know, once rust set in and you don't cut it out over the period of time and years, especially with weather, it starts eating the good metal until everything's rusted and shit'll just start falling off the car. You know, and that's you know, in a nutshell is what America has came to be, man. And Esau's system, his infrastructure, and ultimately his kingdom. He sees the rust, but he's painting over it.
I appreciate it.
Go ahead, bro.
Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy. For like as iron rusted,
There you go.
so is his wickedness.
Yeah, yeah. His wickedness is getting worse and worse, you know, and
he painted over it. He said, no, take slavery out of school. He said, now give a nigga tips. Make them feel like we like them.
Yeah.
They put them on TV. But his people that's with him is still there. It's getting worse.
You got to fill the layers back. If you don't fill the layers back, you ain't gonna see that rust.
There you go.
He has a way of painting over it.
Yeah, there you go.
He said, where you go?
Right. Thank you, Mr. Allen.
I need you.
Shake that ass, you funky
He probably called these niggas on last minute type shit.
Right.
Same day. Hey,
Right.
you want to make 500,000? What I got to do? You know, there wasn't no pre-planned shit.
He said, juvenile.
Yeah.
You want to make another video?
He started calling these niggas spur of the moment.
Right.
These niggas getting up and saying some dumb shit. They just got called. They was just in the crowd. And they hit them on the beat. Like, oh, shit. All right, bet. Came up there and said some stupid. Ain't even reading teleprompter. I'm like, God damn. At least sound like you educated. You in front of the, you know, you speaking to more people than your concert, niggas. Like, God damn. True, man. And the worst part about it is our people will believe that shit. They'll clap, they'll cheer, you know. And like the brothers is reading in Isaiah the 30th chapter, man, it furthers their hope and their faith in this.
That's like the most TV shows. Now he was thinking what he believed. The whole thing is set shadow on set.
Yep.
Blue screen.
Yep.
Green screen, whatever they call it.
You know, damn well all those jokes they would say was not fun. They got the people that.
Yeah, laugh. What they got to sign? Laugh.
Jerry Springer show.
Yeah.
Maury show. You can't just be. I'm gonna be tickets to go see the Maury show.
Right.
That shit don't work like
Yeah,
that.
it don't work like that.
You know, and if you do get tickets, you sit way in the back. You ain't on camera, bro. The people in the front, they part of a whole system, and they actually, you know, they have to be a part of it. And like you said, the cards come out, applause, laugh, you know, sigh.
You listen to them old TV shows. That shit was not fun. The whole thing, like.
Oh, you talking about the old?
Yeah,
they would laugh in the background.
Yeah, they laugh in the background.
Like, hey, Family Matters.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laugh. Let's get you in tune. A lot of that shit was not funny. Right, but those were the gimmicks. Esau is the king of gimmicks. The king of this thing. Right? He done lied his whole way into power. And hid who he was, hid how he got it. He didn't tell you the truth. Look where he at now. He's still lying. Right?
Whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
Wherever start falling, start getting worse. Hey, when you don't have that hedge, you're going to feel it. You're going to catch it. When Yahweh Bashim Shah is not protecting you, you're outside that grid, you get through. Yeah. You got it. Why you think we're out here fighting so hard?
Right.
We need to be protected. Because we know what's about to come. What you about to see in America is the wrath of Yahweh Bashim Shah. This is not going to be no shit. I didn't happen. No, everything that happens is going to be of Yahweh Shem shot. It's going to be direct hits. What the scripture says, the arrow has shot. Who shall turn back the arrow? Fuck out of here. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 11. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh Shai, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them. And I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee. Verse 12. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Shai, and that I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountains of Israel, saying that they are laid desolate. That's right. That's right. Yeah. They are giving us to consume. Here's the cut. Here's the cut. All right.
And if I can say the Lord, they also say they were given to us. The Lord ain't dealing with them.
That's right.
You know, look how they are. They are they're down and out. You know, look what they're doing. They smoking weed, doing drugs. They delete each other.
Yeah, because if you once you bring up Esau's shit, what they do to come back? Look what black people do.
Exactly.
Look what they doing.
Yep.
No, the reason why they're doing it because your ass.
Exactly.
Fuck out of here. We had thriving communities before prior to you. Even when we tried to get away from you, devil,
Right.
you came in and said, I don't like that shit.
Right.
You said, I don't like that shit.
Right. Oh, like doing belly.
Yeah.
They accuse of our brother.
Yep.
Right.
They constantly accuse, accuse us before the Most High Yahweh. Like, look at your people, look what they're doing. But Esau put the bottle to our lips. You know, he provoked. He persuaded us, right? And he's continually persuading our people.
Give a license to sin.
Yeah, look at black culture, man. All black culture is a persuasion for you so-called Negroes to do wickedness, man. To go against the law, statutes, and commandments, ultimately to go against Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. And to feel good doing it. That's what Esau wants you to do. He wants you to feel good.
Romans 1 in the last chapter,
Yeah.
he said they take
Delight in doing that. He wants you to feel good eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Go to the cookout. Mother's Day. Thanksgiving.
Girl,
Listen.
Don't you know?
Go do it for the
He
kids?
said, don't you know being a whore feel good?
Yeah, he wants you to feel good doing it.
He said the black man, he can be a mo.
Hey, what the scripture say? She that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. And that's not just, for the women, that's for you men as well, man. Trying to live in pleasure, man.
Yeah, man that tastes pleasure. Oh,
Yeah. We weren't put in captivity to dwell in pleasure, to chase after a pleasureless, a pleasureful lifestyle, man. That's the whole point of being in captivity. It's so you ultimately you don't get to have you don't truly get to live. You know what I'm saying? You don't truly get to enjoy life. You don't truly get to enjoy pleasure. And ultimately, we don't have those bodies to even enjoy life, to enjoy the pleasures of life, man. To enjoy the air, the trees, your children. Hey, it goes back to the curses of Deuteronomy, man. You're not going to have joy in your children, your sons and your daughters, man. Like the scripture says in that chapter, he shall be the head and ye shall be the tail, man. And we have to come before this man in the want of all things, So how much pleasure can you actually have, without coming before Esau, man?
yeah, like nigga, you don't like women don't know how to.
Right.
These new modern he coming to camp. I'm looking at the nigga woman, he's outside.
Right.
I'm like, these niggas don't even want to look good. Back in the day, that was, that's one thing Jake would try to at least do. Straighten themselves up.
So you had Jake kind of come up with the hat.
I remember niggas used to make, bro,
shine his shoes.
But we came from the wave era.
Yep.
Nigga had a do-rag and was still brushing the motherfucker. Had a oil. He ain't come out the house before. He had that do-rag on.
Yeah.
He made sure he slept at night. Had a do-rag on.
Yeah.
If it came up at night, he'll put it back on.
Right.
Brush it.
Yeah.
He come up, leave the house.
We took a little bit more pride in ourselves.
Yeah.
We took more care of ourselves. Now Jake, and the nigga, all he do is just throw a hoodie on.
Right.
It's 110 degrees outside. Jake got a hoodie on with the hood on.
I know, right?
You be like, hold up, wait a minute. You hot as hell in the car, sweating with the AC on. You look to your left, a nigga be walking outside with a hoodie on.
Big hoodie,
I be like, yo, what the fuck? Niggas got demons on them, man.
Demon time.
Hoodie year around.
Yep.
Yeah. Hoodie and a ski man. I look at them niggas like, yo. What you saw? I look at them niggas. I look for him like, where you saw it? He let these niggas walk around like that?
Right.
Where we at?
Verse 13, thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them.
But as scripture says, what is it? Most people that talk to that.
I'm holding that on deck too.
Okay. That's what's going on. Esau kept trying to hide himself, hide the fact of who we are, trying to make himself as the light, as true Luciferian. What he is doing, his transgression, blasphemy is about to reach the heavens. And once it be, Howard knows when the time is going to be hit for Edomite. When that time comes, you Edomites are done for. The Howard is going to be sent back. Right? Verse 14. What you said to the chamber of the Gentiles. Right?
Verse 14, thus says the Lord, Jehovah Shah power, when the whole earth rejoices, I will make thee desolate.
Just because that motherfucker put it
Isaiah 14.
put it that and tree, what is the color?
Oh yeah,
That's Isaiah 14.
Okay, yep. Wow. Go ahead.
Oh, I got it. Rock 14 and okay, yes, Rock 14 and 5. He, oh yeah. Isaiah 14 and 7. And if he do it good, he do it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare it wicked. We speak about Esau. His rest is really showing in his life. But if you're not the truth of the Lord to give you the eyes out to see what's going on, you're not going to know this man got rust all over, i.e. wicked. So all the things he's doing, these gifts, the gift minds are hard. If you're caught up in the cares of the world, you get these gifts and you thinking this man, he's actually a good guy. It's a trick.
He
Right.
like your now.
Right.
You got he's doing it out of the good
Of his heart.
Nah.
He hates your guts. And that's the war strategy that you guys wanted to earlier.
That's
Like,
First Maccabees.
yeah, it's not as much a physical war as it is mental and spiritual.
He's saying, I'm black.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Like you.
Support me. But go back to slavery. They knew Jake probably don't. So the best way to receive slaves is their own people.
He became so rusty that he just coming out like, hey, I'm black.
Right.
Y'all not like you.
Right.
And Jacob's be like, yeah, he is black. Look what he's doing all over the earth. He's a bully, he's robbing, he's stealing. This is a nigga. Nah, man, he just gotten that so rusty, he can't hide it no more. He's like, goddamn, I'm almost complete.
Hey, Trump came out with
There's no metal left. He said there's no metal left. They got about this much metal left, going right back to he was quoting. His wickedness reaching the heavens. His sins reaching the heavens. He's got a little bit more metal left before that shit just crumbles and falls. And it's only being upheld by that little bit of metal that's left.
It's crazy. It's beautiful you said it because it really does make sense. He can't hide himself.
So he's like, shit, we can't try to persuade the rest of these white people.
Yeah.
White. These white people, they already looking at us like, say something stupid. We want you to say something. You know what I'm saying? They looking at Esau and these presidents and these governors, and they tired of this shit.
And he always had Edomite war.
Yeah, kind of.
Always.
Yeah.
Esau never got along with each other. That goes back to the South and the North.
Yeah, kind of.
With the slaves,
Mm-hmm.
then the president. We had a lot of presidents that stirred up those that led up into those wars. With the slaves.
Yeah.
They wanted the slaves. Messing up my slave.
Egyptian versus Egyptian.
Messing up my money.
Yeah.
So that's how the Civil War and all the other wars started.
Because Esau's fed up, man. Esau's fed up with these laws. He's fed up, with the job situation, with not helping the veterans. Esau's fed up with, all this shit that's going on the earth, man. To the point that they're ready to burn this place down themselves, man. You got these different left-wing groups, and we're right on the brink of civil war, man. So Esau has to be like, you know what? Go after these black.
Right.
They're more gullible right now. They're gonna believe it. All we gotta do is just throw on some. Just hire one of these Hollywood niggas and go shake their ass.
Yeah. It's
like the 2-for-1 deal. They go into the election campaign and a concert. You can't beat it. You know what I'm saying? So they like shit. He was at the election campaign playing for
Right.
the
Megan
Megan Thee
Thee
Stallion.
Stallion.
Oh my
I saw
God.
ass in
Yeah,
it.
we had our phones out and shit.
I
Like,
heard a
God
street dancing
damn.
ass.
No, that's real. That's
I
real.
heard
Right
that speech.
there. That's real.
Yeah.
That's
So
real right there.
man, this place is done, man. You got it, brother.
Sirach 14:7. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness.
Yeah, like amongst the secret councils, like they're like, man, how do we persuade this to happen? We need this agenda to take place, and you know, they talk to these certain world leaders. You're gonna have to do this and that. He said, what? Yeah, it's the only way we're gonna be able to get this to go through. All right, you know, it's all for the agenda. It's all well sought out and pre-planned, man. You know, it ain't just no Esau just fumbling through some cards and picking one, man. No, this is very carefully and deeply sought out, man. And a lot of these things that happen are pre-planned years in advance.
It's all pre scripted.
Yeah,
New World Order.
right.
Come forth. I think what that came about what 1770? What came out 1770?
Yeah, the whole the Illuminati, the Illuminati. But basically, they're a secret organization, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I believe that was, and that was the same year that America got its independence.
Yep.
Which that should be a hit.
Yep.
You know, I should tell you something.
The 1913 the World Federal Reserve came into place.
I think somewhere around there.
One of them.
I think that's around the same time about when Declaration was, even though they didn't move that land yet. But
It was
that
created
makes
by the
sense.
time in 1948.
Yeah.
You know,
That makes sense.
Yep.
The Federal Reserve.
Yep. I know with John Townsend, with Kennedy, I think he talked against him. They got him out of it.
December 23rd, 1913.
Yep.
Yep. And then
I think John F. Kennedy was the president. He talked against him. They got rid of him.
they got rid of him. Yep.
He was against that whole thing.
Yeah, it was. President Woodrow Wilson was time. So he got order.
I think I did a lesson with Woodrow Wilson. I forgot he all the presidents had something to do. They gas, man. Like I said, man, it's the reason why they did the 4-year term, or two 4-year terms, and then you switch them up.
Yep.
Because they all did something to take away, to bring in the New World Order.
Yep.
You always got to remember, Judah, the Southern Kingdom, free labor, and Gad had ownership of this land. So they had to get the free labor up. They had to deal with slaves, with Southern Kingdom, and get them in submission, complete submission.
Yep.
They had to strategically get them underneath submission to this very point. You got to remember, I had to get the land from Gad.
Yep.
Again, all to the New World Order. Yep. Like the scripture said, all roads lead to the New World Order.
Yep.
Then you also had, the confrontation they had with other nations, Korea, Russia, Iran, Israel, all of that. Then he had to get going man hands, get them to do so you get the resources there. But this man hand drug war in South America, this man hands is bloody, man. Bloody, man. And remember, that's how the Roman Empire fell. He stretched out his military too far. When you look at America is every fucking the NBC,
All over the place.
yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Remember,
Yep.
One of us said, Habakkuk 2:5. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that precept. You know, you got it, bro.
Okay. It says, who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is as death and cannot be satisfied.
But everywhere he goes, everybody that eats, not at eat. It's a disease. When Esau's there, it's a disease. That's why you got all the Hamite leaders actually talking out against America. Right? How they gun to the land, call war, they're bullies, all these nations, man. See, prior to what we see now, some other nations talking like that, man. Talking like that. me growing up, I kind of paid attention to what's going on a little bit to the world. Them other nations did not talk like that.
They were just getting sick of that wine.
Yeah. Yep.
When you first start drinking that wine,
Yep.
you get that good feel. Oh, this is good. This tastes good. You know?
That's what America tastes like.
Right, right.
Yep.
A little bit of pop.
After you get drunk though, and after a while, years and years of being drunk,
What they
it's
say?
kind of like, man,
Right.
Hey, how they do
I
it?
didn't change. I'm stagnant. I ain't looking so
He
good.
said,
My health is fucked
he
up.
said,
Fucking liver is done.
And they
see, I
get
got a
that,
belly. I got
They
fat
looking at it
everywhere.
like, God damn, look what has happened to my people.
He said, I'm laying in my pew.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep. And if I say he gave you that cheap wine too, what's that? Rose?
yeah, yeah.
Wild rose? Yeah, yeah. But
Oh,
he changed the
You
label
ain't gotta
on
go
it.
to the liquor store to get that.
Right, right. But he changed the label on
Right,
it.
right.
No,
And you
Oh,
think
yeah.
that, tasting good, but you're like,
Twist off time.
right,
Hey,
exactly.
hey, Eastside did one. He did one better. Put the hours roll,
Yeah, exactly.
for local,
Right.
the silk, the spark, the
Man,
what's it? Oh, what is not that?
Roll Rock.
No, not roll. Look it out.
Oh, yeah.
Them all them cheap malt, the
Yeah.
malt liquor
Yep.
that fuck you up.
Yep.
He gave the malt liquor. And shook it up here.
And is that the chapter that speaks about he keeps up to himself all nations?
Yep. It's about to
Con, that's what I
I'm
thought.
reading NLT too.
Con.
Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yeah, also because he transgressed by wine, it's like he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him
You know it's
to
crazy.
him.
You know it's crazy. All the want you thou will.
Yep.
All that goes with the flesh.
Yep.
When you have no discipline, you lose yourself. You care for nothing. You allow your woman to be a whore.
Yep.
And it's killing you inside. You allow the men to be used, the children to be used, but it's killing you inside. So really, it's mentally tearing you down to the point where you'll start looking at yourself as a general. You just keep going.
Yep.
Basically, overall, it's destruction. Democracy is destruction.
Yep.
It's a man. It's for man's demise.
Yep.
But once a man can't do nothing about it and realize he done let everything go to rest,
Yep.
he's like,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. That's it. It says, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
You know he's talking about America because no other nation they would have had.
Nope.
Babylon didn't have that influence. They were given certain regions and terrain.
Right.
America has been given all people.
Yep.
Revelation 18. Everybody has been deliciously off this motherfucker.
Yep.
Due to our downfall has become the greatness of all nations.
Right.
When Jerusalem, everybody had a piece of Jerusalem. When our temple got set,
Yep.
everybody had hands on our possession, on our holy things. Right?
That's all in NLT.
Mm-hmm.
Habakkuk 2 and 5. NLT. Wealth is treacherous, and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouth as wide as the grave, and like death, they are never satisfied. In their greed, they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many.
That ultimately their philosophy and their power and their greed by their fake resources and money.
Yep.
But it's all obtained by our fault. That's why the worst thing that ever happened to the Edomites was the truth that sprung up.
Yep.
Telling and the prophets coming on the scene, let everybody know what's really about to happen.
Yep.
And that's why Esau don't like what we're doing. That's why we're really the problem.
Yeah.
That's why he allows rap music, whoredom, prostitution, drugs.
Yep.
And a lot of people really don't realize drugs really scale. Drug use, all types of abominable things going on. Right? Pretty much before our eyes. Edomites are
Ever since that rebirth, that Renaissance period, when basically, Esau came back into power, through the years and years and years, and these wicked elites, they've been looking for the prophets to come back on the scene, because like it says in Matthew the 24th chapter, and it was a certain time span from when they came back into power, there was no prophets on the scene prophesying.
Yep.
So that was good.
Yep.
Keep going. Good.
3.5
You know,
It's
yeah,
solid.
coast is clear. So, over the years progressed,
Watch
yeah, and then the wickedness was increased more and more and more, you know. Then through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you have seen the men, spring back forth in their lives, and come out in the highways and byways. So then they're like, oh shit, we gotta get those secret councils. What year was that?
watch me
Yeah,
have a
yeah. So they counseled amongst themselves.
But remember, you read the book Willie Lynch. Willie Lynch tells you when after they have done that strategic plan to fuck up our people, they even knew it has to be from a higher power, right? So we could shook the mind of the people, yeah, for them to come to
Right,
for all
right,
that
right,
shit
right.
that they've done,
Yeah,
to them
yeah.
to figure itself out.
Yep.
But that's only through Yahweh.
Yeah. Going back to One West, our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and the men that were before them as well.
Yep.
Being out there, teaching, the schools, out there in the highways and byways. Esau took note of that. He was like, oh shit, we gotta speed this shit up a little bit. Because Esau understands a lot that's in this book, man.
And understand he watched.
Yeah.
And then you said 2007, they got on YouTube. Looked like what he said, oh shit. He said, oh shit.
That was an avenue.
Yeah.
The Lord set that up as an avenue to really, really progress and spread this word, man.
Right.
You got it, bro.
And it's sprung out of New York because New York is the gateway of everybody
capital
coming
city.
to Manhattan.
Yep. That's real.
And if anybody ever been to Manhattan, you're bumping hard.
Yep.
It'll piss you off.
Yeah.
But everybody's there.
Yeah.
And everybody, you'll see them.
And that's where everybody wants to come.
Yeah.
Going into what you just read, he unto himself all nations. When all these nations come over there, they really want to go to New York City. And a lot of things that happen all over all of these different states actually spring out of New York.
Yep.
The fashion, the music, the movie, theater, acting, it all came from New York, man.
Valley.
The food,
You kind of mock that as like a Tower of Babel.
Yep. Yeah. You can say that.
People in New York, people in New York always say that's Valley.
I know Benjamin.
I literally was thinking that. Bro.
They on
there.
there.
What?
Yeah.
So rebel music right there.
Bro.
You got it, bro.
Revelation 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Revelation 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh Shem Yahushai entered into them, and they stood upon their feet. A great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Hey, perfect precept, man. Fear fell upon these wicked elites, man. They saw the men that Yahweh Shem Yahushai has set up, ultimately, which were the prophets of old. Some of them. We're not gonna say all of them, because you did have men that started teaching and coming out here that fell out. But ultimately, if you were a true prophet of Yahweh Shem Yahushai back then, you would be a true prophet now. Coming back into your life. So fear fell upon them. So they try to further and speed up their enterprise.
Right.
And also, they had to strategically change things. Right? You got it, bro.
In 3.5 years. What it say?
It 350 years, right?
3 days and a half, 350 years. And when you look at 1619, the truth came out around the end of 1960. Around that time period. So if you start at 1619, right?
So remember, I think that's a different song.
So around 1619, add 350 years to that, you end up at around 1969, 1970.
And so Esau had to counteract that. That's why you seen the music change. That's why you saw hip hop change and so-called black culture. Everything kind of changed for the worse. Night and day.
After the 90s,
Esau said, we don't want no more black power and conscious movement.
Had to cut that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Gangster rap. But I sing R&B. Gangster R&B.
Right.
The fuck?
R&B. Sexual lust.
I'm an instrumentalist. You better make that shit gangster somehow. put a gangster cover on them.
Right. Yeah.
And lust.
They ain't making money.
Beethoven trap.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I know, right?
Every time New Jack Swing, remember them four H-Town niggas?
Yeah.
Bro,
R&B, rocking the boots,
why would niggas oiled up like
and then grinding like that.
Right.
that? That's what
Air
I'm saying.
grinding.
Wow.
Yeah, God, God.
That we should not, that was so porn.
Yeah.
Why
yeah.
why was they able to be published?
Yeah, exactly.
And I saw, I was a 90s. I was born in the 90s. I didn't know what the fuck that was.
Right.
So I
Yeah,
looked
yeah,
at it
yeah.
recently. I said, that's it.
Yeah, yeah.
These niggas all oiled up.
Hey,
Them
hey,
niggas
look.
girl. I said, nah.
Hey,
Hey,
Tim
hey,
put
hey,
shorts on.
Yeah. Ain't a waterfall.
I
Water
said,
glistening
hey,
off
yo,
their body.
come
LL
on,
Cool J,
man.
man.
Hey, cool day, bro.
Hey, D'Angelo.
Yeah, so.
Come on, man.
That was
When you go back, when you really go
Yo.
back into what we saw growing up, we like, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, this man's the devil. He
Yeah,
saw the
right,
devil.
right.
But we shouldn't have even seen no
Yeah,
shit like this, man.
They had to over sexualize
Yeah,
society.
they sexualized us, man. They made it gangster, sexual simp. Bro, when you look at all of this R&B, it's simple. Joe.
And then he introduced
Oh
drugs.
my
In the
God.
midst of all that, he
Wine
introduced
and night.
drugs into it.
Yeah.
So here it is. You have. Yeah.
No,
No, you got it.
Ass, cheap shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's constantly influencing your mind.
Right.
Hey, man. Hey, Charlie Brown said, look like
Yeah. He
he
said
said,
every nigga had a.
every nigga what gay he was, and what woman you gotta say it like that.
Yeah. So that's how Esau's influencing your mind by, the things we watch, we see, that we're around, that we hear. And then he also introduced these various different drugs. That's really when you had the whole drug.
After what the Vietnam War.
Yeah. That's when you had the real, and Esau introduced the cocaine, the heroin into the communities of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. He introduced it a different way than he introduced it into these so-called, predominantly so-called white neighborhoods, man. Because everybody thinks it was just Jake that was high on drugs. Nah, man, Esau was doing the same thing, man. It was just in a different manner.
Hip.
Yeah.
If I could bring this out right here, the 1619, because it's very significant this year. 1619 was a pivotal. The year 1619 was pivotal in the establishment of the first permanent English colony in North America. It says the British became the major importers of so-called African slaves to North America. So he was prospering from 1619
Right.
up until the 1960s.
Remember, they was setting up during the they just conquered Northern Kingdom.
Yeah.
And they were setting up in 1500, was setting up that good
That trade.
passage
Exactly.
to bring them the judo over here.
Yeah. It was a business. Import export is a business to him. And in the eyes of Esau, you Israelites are nothing but business to him.
That's some of the first shit people. I think during that time.
Good ship Jesus.
Yeah.
They said it was millions of them.
Yeah, because like you were going into earlier, that New World Order gold, ultimately that's part of his business. That enterprise. And he needed to get his kingdom built up and established fairly quickly. And he knew he wasn't going to do it. He wasn't to do no work, so he needed a particular people to do the work for him. And after he got to a level, a point that I needed to be in that plan, he used you Israelites for another purpose, and he continually is using you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans for his various different schemes, plans, and agendas, man. And it hasn't changed. And then, coming into these, these end times that we're living in, and coming into these next couple months and years, so to speak, you best believe you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are going to be once again at the forefront of what Esau is about to bring about. That MOTP, man. You Jakes are going to be at the forefront of that, persuading the masses of the people to take, that Quran book. Yeah. Just like what we saw in the whole election campaign. Esau calling upon these different so-called black actors and musicians, so-called musicians, to persuade you so-called blacks. Really, he's really just persuading all you Israelites to go vote, to make the right choice, to vote for Trump, to vote for Biden. I mean, he already out. To vote for Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? And the same way they're gonna persuade you to go take that sea hip, man. You know, they're gonna make it hip, they're gonna make it cool, they're gonna make it fly, they're gonna make it the new in thing. They're gonna make you feel like you need to have it, man. You know, that obey your thirst. Jordan, you know, they're gonna persuade you, and Jake's gonna eat it right up, especially when it starts to get tight. You got it, brother.
And like I said, there's no bottom system. We have a home for each other.
Right,
And again, we don't know who we are.
right.
So who? All we know is Esau. So all y'all gonna do is fucking bow down to what he said.
Yeah, he's already getting you familiar.
Yeah.
You know, he's already getting you familiar with hearing the CHIP. He's already getting you familiar with technology.
It's a
Tap and pay. He's already getting familiar with doing all these things that is more convenient and make your life a whole lot easier.
I did that shit
You
the
know?
other day. I said, hey,
Right.
I said, yo,
And that's a tactic they can use. Well, it's just gonna be inside you. That's the same thing as the Apple. Same thing as the car. You've been using it for all this long. Why wouldn't you
and they're
take
and
it?
they're gonna make it seem like, come on,
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you take it? You've
Yeah.
been doing it, and people gonna be like,
it's safe.
that makes sense. They don't know what they're receiving,
Right.
nor do they
Hey.
know the capabilities this man has behind that that MOTB, that electronic device, man.
Have brothers and kids like mail for their off. I mean, for their crib. They ain't get like that.
Yeah. And text message.
Yeah,
All that shit.
Yeah.
You get a phone call.
Yep.
Hey, your
I wonder why.
account's been hacked.
I wonder why.
why.
I wonder why.
Come on, man. We ain't
I
believe
get
that shit.
mail.
Right.
Somebody took my information, my
Yeah.
phone. My shorty got one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a package.
Yeah.
You got a package.
All you all gotta do is hit a button.
You haul. Somebody your account. Huh? I wonder why.
It's all set up. Yeah.
All you all gotta do is hit a button. You just freeze and delete all the money out of all these bank accounts. He says, well, if you want your money back, only way we've been cyber. What do they call it?
Cyber attack.
Yeah, we've been cyber attacked.
China.
It wasn't us.
Right.
It wasn't us.
Right.
So if you want your money back, the only way we can do it, you know, is you're gonna have to take this. The only safe way to do it. People gonna be lining up down the block, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You got it, brother.
Like there was.
Yeah, man.
People took it. It ain't no man. What it is for? Years they just sat there. Put it in.
Yep. They can send it again. It's like right out.
Same thing with the MOTP.
Yep.
Still the same, right?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing different. Ain't nothing different. They still got to insert it with a needle.
Yep. Got one.
I got something we can close out on. I'm gonna go back and get yeah, whenever you're ready to close out. I got Isaiah 47 and a couple verses in there.
Don't go get out that.
Going back. Okay, I got it. 2 Corinthians 2:11. These things get an advantage of us. We are not ignorant of his devices.
Why we're not? We have the light of Yahweh.
Right.
That's poured upon us. You know, and Yahweh being our mediator, is constantly how you say praying for us.
Yep.
Right. Out. Right.
The book of the Sirach, chapter 36, and verse 4. As thou wast sacrificed in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us. Verse 5. And let them know that we have known thee, that there is no power, but only thou, our power. Verse 6. Shew new signs.
Yep.
And make other strange wonders.
Mm-hmm. You've seen it. Yeah. You've seen many of them. Blood moons, comets, saying it correctly, eclipses.
Yeah.
Right?
Seen all types of signs in the heavens. You know, angels. You know, come on, man. You know, chariot sighting, all types of anomalies in the sky. You know, and in space. Strange wonders, things you can't explain. Well, you know, through the spirit power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, you know, we can explain, you know, the majority of those things.
Yeah,
you know, but
yeah, it's like,
no, you good.
It's like you're seeing this picture in Israel against Iran. That's a sign.
Yeah.
Because again, you gotta understand. The scripture says, in Isaiah 2, we should be peace and safety and dwellingness of the people in the land. Well, now they're not at ease. So that's a sign right there. That's a sign really showing you, hey, how about you trying to get them niggas out of here? Them fucking bastards.
Right.
Shew new signs
Uh-huh.
and make other strange wonders.
Uh-huh.
Glorify thy hand and thy right arm,
Uh-huh.
that they may set forth thy wondrous works.
Mm.
Verse 7.
Right.
Rise up, indignation.
Uh-huh. And you seeing it. You seeing the indignation.
Yep.
Hey, like you see the scripture, love of many is waxing cold. Man. Still love out here. Right?
And pour out wrath.
Uh-huh.
Take away the adversary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which y'all was doing. Right?
Yeah, Esau Edom being that adversary, the arch enemy. Of course, these other nations are our adversaries as well, and hey, see, we want to be, protected when the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahushua gets executed on the earth on a high level, man. We don't want to be those that get caught up in martial law and all hell breaking loose, you know. We want to be those ones protected, ultimately by the Lord, man, and get beamed up into those ships. The majority of our people are going to get taken, when Isaiah the 10th chapter takes place, when the Most High Yahweh gives the okay to these wicked elites to basically green light you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You know?
Wait.
Yeah. It's like, in these old gangster movies, with the Italian mob. And you got green lighted, man. Guess what? You was no protection upon you, man. You were open, to whatever order those mobs, set out, man. There was a reward for that, man.
Oh yeah.
You know? So ultimately, there's a number of Israelites that are about to get green lighted by what they already have been green lighted, by Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, for his sword to come against,
Yep.
2/3 of the nation of Israel, man. And his sword is Esau Edom, man.
Yep.
The modern day Assyrian. You got it, bro.
If I may add that military power.
Yeah. And that's part of it. Yeah, that's part of it. Because you ain't coming back from that war. Ain't no like your grandfather and your great great grandfather lived to see the day and talk about it. Hey, I was in Vietnam. We was in them holes out in the jungle. This and this happened. And this is how I survived. And I was a POW for 5 or 6 years. Nah, hell no, it ain't gonna happen like that. You gonna live through some of it. But you ain't gonna live to talk about it, man. You got it, bro.
And destroy the enemy. Verse 8. Make the time short. Remember the covenant.
Yeah, make the time short. Hey, we're constantly crying to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Hey, we're sighing and crying to bring this place down quickly, man. We ready to get up out of here, man. And the Lord is making the time short, man. Like the scripture says, He is shortening the days for the elect's sake, man. And we can attest to that, man. All people can attest to that. You got a memory of when you grew up, when you were 9, 10, 11, 15 years old, 12 years old, and the day was not the same. Remember, the day was not the same. Long as hell. You be sitting in class or school.
Right.
What time is it? It ain't 3 o'clock yet. Now you wake up and you do a couple things. 3:30, 5 o'clock,
And get home from school, you still had things that time.
mad time, man.
Be outside.
A minute was longer back then than a minute is
real
today,
talk.
man. And even these scientists will tell you that. They say the Earth is spinning faster on its axis. So there's physical proof of that. You got it, brother.
And let them declare thy wondrous work. Verse 9. Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire.
Yeah, that rage, man. Hey, the Lord's rage is that thermonuclear destruction, man. When those ICBMs hit America in these various different places on Earth, man.
And let them perish that smite. Make them that perish that oppress the people.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 10. Smite and sunder the head of the ruler of the heathen
Yep.
that say, there is none other but we.
Yeah, that's what they say, man. Because ultimately, going into Esau's new world order, all these heathen leaders are gathered together, saying we got this, we can prevail, we can make it.
Do it,
Just
guys.
keep pushing technology.
We come together. Yeah.
Yeah, we can win this. We just gotta fight. You know? Yeah, we know the angels got you so-called UFOs and UAPs. We gotta make our own.
Right.
They got laser beams, we got laser beams. You know? They got spaceships, we got spaceships. We just gonna have to fight. And maybe somehow, if it were possible, we can win this fight. But it ain't possible. But this man was made to be the wicked. So he can't think otherwise. Man. He ain't gonna, you know what?
Give up.
Give up. I'm not. You know what?
I am here. I am eating.
Yeah. He's been made the wicked. So that's not even an option on the table. That's not even. They said, Tom, what did you just say? I said maybe we should just say we're sorry and give them back what they have.
Tom, you shut your
They
goddamn
ask
mouth,
for
Tom.
forgiveness. I said, he might be a Jake. Hey, security, get him out of here. How did he get in this meeting?
Right.
You got it, brother.
Verse 11. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together, and inherit thou them, as from the beginning.
Like you knew us from the beginning. You want to let it be known that he was always with us. Even in his present day.
That's right.
Verse 12. O Lord, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name,
Yeah, Shabbat. The prince of the power. Yep.
and upon Israel, whom thou hast named thy firstborn.
Yeah, see, eventually the Lord, you know, eventually all of Israel is going to be saved. But the majority of our people are going to have to die on this side. Man. So the Lord is merciful. At the end of the day, because even these other nations are going to be set back in their land. It's just Esau, Edom doesn't get no mercy, man. There's no place of repentance for Esau. The Lord has a special plan for him. Yeah, he has a special place. He's got something special for you.
I have something special for Israel.
Yeah, and you've had your time to rule.
Yeah,
Can't complain
can't
about
nobody
that.
say
Right.
Yahweh was not fair.
Right.
He allowed all nations
Yeah.
to rule.
Right.
He even allowed women
Esau
to be free.
It's debatable. Esau had the best rulership because both concerning the Roman Empire. That was and this this current rulership was actually better than when he was ruling in the Roman Empire. The Greek Empire. Yeah, and this empire, knowledge has increased, technology. He has more comfort.
Everybody wanted to be like him.
Yeah, he gets to truly live out the fullness of his blessings.
Hell,
He didn't get, he had his blessing
got
back
the
then as well, but man,
but
he's
not like
really
this.
flaunting it now.
he got the rule with the sword.
Yeah, he really gets to show you how good his blessing was.
Right.
He said, "What you say to me?
Right.
You're not gonna take." Hey, remember, all the three. Y'all didn't see the movie All the War too. Tonight, what part of that movie? He was like trying to push the gun.
Yeah.
Weapon. The president. She said, "I'm not endorsing your gun." He walked over. He said, and the next scene, he came up. He just got in the car. He said, "I told you, accept my goddamn order." He put a needle in her nose. Got rid of the bitch. Hell yeah, all the war too. She didn't endorse dude's gun deal. That shit was crazy. He walked off like a 2 feet up. We saw that. Even he got rid of that bitch. Oh, he fucking deal.
Yeah. Esau's in the fullness of his blessing, man. You put the Roman Empire, the Roman army, the whole Roman army and the whole Greek army together to battle Esau's army he has today. Come on, man. It wouldn't even be a competition, man. Couldn't even compare. It's uncomparable. Man has technology where he don't even have to send, men.
Right.
to
Someone
physically
said,
fight.
I said, look, they got swords. Look, we got bombs.
I know, right?
Yeah, you know, and that all was given to him by the Most High Yahweh. You got it, bro.
Verse 13. Oh, be merciful unto Jerusalem, thy holy city, the place of thy rest. Verse 14. Fill,
Mhm.
fill Zion with thy unspeakable oracle, and thy people with thy glory. Verse 15. Give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed in the beginning, and rise up prophets that have been in thy name.
Yeah, and that's what you're seeing all over the four corners of the earth. The Lord is rising up His prophets, man. Like the brother was quoting earlier, rising up early. Week in and week out, coming out here to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, to let you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know that you better repent before it's too late, man. That's right. Scripture says, seek ye the Lord early, seeking while he may be found. And we're coming to the time, basically, Esau is going to try to silence this truth, which ultimately is the Most High silencing his men, because Esau thinks he's doing something when really he's not. In all actuality, it's really the Most High Yahweh that's doing these things. Right? He's like, we're about to get them off the street. The highway, we're going to set up this law. It's now illegal to speak about this. It's now illegal to speak about that. Well, hey, at the end of the day, you're not going to see us out here no more. But ultimately, like the scripture says, the Most High is going to make that root cleave to the it's gonna make that tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth. Y'all shall be no longer reproving to them, man. And so you ain't gonna be able to get advice and instruction. And ultimately, that could be very well be the time that the door, close those doors of repentance unto you Israelites. Man. You got it, brother.
Verse 16. Verse 16. Reward them that wait for thee, and let thy prophets be found faithful.
Yeah, so there's gonna be reward for those that serve Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shah, in sincerity and in truth and in all faithfulness. Man. That's right. That's right. And Lord willing, we're part of those men. We want to be those men that receive those crowns for Yahweh Shah that as the vision that Ezra speaks. Yeah. That's why the scripture said there's no remembrance of former things, because Ezra technically would have seen himself. God. And if we had memory, hey, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing if we had remembrance of former things.
Not in that contract or that
God, yeah, God.
Like that should say we're making our election sure.
Yeah.
Roughly paraphrase.
It takes a heavy spirit to even see the spiritual world and to be back in this body and to physically keep pushing this word and this truth, man. That's a rough thing. Like, you could take into account the Apostle Paul, man. And seeing the things he saw in the spiritual realm. Hey, you gotta have a heavy spirit upon you to be like, man, and you gotta keep on doing, what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah sent you out to do, man. Right. You could, that was it. I got we close on these couple of stuff. This is Isaiah 47 and 6. You was going into this earlier. I'm gonna read down to verse 10. Actually, I'm gonna read down to verse 11. It says, "I was wroth with my people; I polluted mine inheritance, and given them."
What you did. That's going back to the curse. Deuteronomy 28 chapter.
Yeah.
Look, the black woman's a whore, the Spanish woman's a whore, the Latino woman's a whore, the Gadite woman's a whore.
Yeah.
Now men are weak. Black men's a fucking a mole, a simp, ass kisser, bootlicker. How much worse can you get? And then here the men, the high mighty men, Lord called to prophesy, we're not even looked at as anybody. So again, we there's always wrong with us, man. You got it.
It says, "And giving them into thine hand, thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke, and thou saidest."
Yeah, even if you're old, they're trying to cut out with time. That just showed you right there. Esau don't give a damn about that. Hey, remember back in the day, they had that saying, once our grandfathers retired, it seemed like they died.
Yeah, they died quick. Yeah. Because Esau has put this notion in society that you got to keep your doctor's visit.
Yeah.
Go get your yearly checkup. Do this. That's how Esau gets you.
Yep.
So he's talking.
Diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah, yeah. We just saw with that whole Jake that used to play with who's that football player that played for Alabama? That basically, he saw the doctor put something in his IV. Basically, he died. They were trying to harvest his organs.
It was in high school, though.
No, he was in college. A couple,
Wow.
some of the elders and some of the brothers did videos on it. Basically he got hit by a car and he went to the hospital. He was in critical condition, but he started coming through a little bit, and he was an organ donor. This just recently happened, and he was kind of coming back. He was stable, and I guess the family left. I guess the family left the hospital room for a little bit. The doctor sent somebody in there, injected something in his IV. They came back, and he was basically fighting for his life, and none of the nurses or doctors would come in and help him.
Oh, that was recently.
Yeah. And the family was trying CPR. They had it on TV, and eventually the doctor called the police to escort the family out of there. They said you're trespassing.
Yep. Hey, look, at the end, it was declare his wickedness.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't see this man is the devil the Bible speaks.
Right. He said, oh, he's an organ donor. He's healthy too.
Yeah.
We need them.
We need them.
One of them Rothschilds called
Made
said,
a call.
hey,
Yeah.
I need a heart and a liver.
I need
What you want me to do?
Tonight.
You know what to do.
Got one
Hang
there.
the phone up. And that happens ever so often, man. It's just a common practice.
Shows you that. It shows you that in the Grand Theft Auto 4.
God. So it says,
Right in the hood.
yeah. It says, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy
I
heart.
should be white forever. Not a Edomite. White. Right?
Neither didst remember the latter end. So he didn't take into account the thought, what's going to be the outcome of all this, man? What's his future? He just thought, hey, man, I'm going to be doing good first. I'm going to be living like this. And that was the beginning of feminism. Feminism started with Esau.
That's why we can do it. That's why.
Yeah. That was right around I think that was right around after Vietnam, right? Because you had a lot of the women had to stay and work, and stay home and work these different war jobs to build up the military and send over goods to wherever the military was at, man.
And just upkeep the house.
Yeah.
We already know Jake could.
Yeah. Well, because a lot of the factories where the men work at, the women now had to work at because they all got drafted to war. So they had to make the guns, the bullets, the different army, all the different shit like that. It says, let me read verse 7 again. It says, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart.
Like I said, it's funny that roll by.
I know, right?
We can prove it. The fish stuff.
It said, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore, hear now this, that thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly.
As it shows you right there, living in pleasure is not good.
Yeah. And
having that democracy mindset is not good.
It says, that sayest in thy heart, I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
Hey, it's like I did a video on it yesterday or the day before, and there goes that rabbit that came out the hat.
Yeah.
Now everybody saw you put a rabbit on the hat, but they don't know that was witchcraft.
Yeah.
Sorcery.
And he thought he was always going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
He always thought he was going to be able to turn his staff into a snake.
Right.
And you know them do that switch the joint. There's a little video that's around that they switch over the joint.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Make it back.
Yep.
Everybody like, hold on, I know you put it right there.
Yeah.
Like you can do a trickery.
Yep. He's losing his power of persuasion, and he's not going to have that power that he has on the left hand side forever. Because ultimately these Edomites have been given a level of power. That's why they're so heavy into witchcraft, and ultimately they're taking orders from the spiritual demon Satan, and they have received a certain level of power. Just like going to the time of Pharaoh. Pharaoh's sorcerers. They made their sticks, their staffs turn into serpents as well, man.
It's like also to expose you that Amalek is not They're not supposed to be in that land.
Yep.
And then we're exposing that these simple so-called white people aren't white.
Yeah.
You're Edomite.
Yeah, Esau thought his witchcraft, his enchantments, his sorcerers, his witches and warlocks, and he was gonna have, that type of power forever, man.
Yeah,
He was always gonna be able to go back to that and, form up some type of enchantment or have some type of advice, or instruction, that he can get by and make it to the next step, the next level, so to speak. Yeah, bro. You gonna say something? Oh, no. Oh, come. It says, they shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me.
The deceit, trusting in your deceit. You thought nobody was really going to discover the fact that you were Edom.
Right.
We were the biblical Edomite. That you run America in witchcraft, sorcery, of bloodshed. You thought you was able to, hide everything. Everybody was going to keep quiet. Ultimately, the prophets came on the scene and really exposed us. Exposed you, right?
It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee.
Mm-hmm.
And thou hast,
so due to your sword, your power that you had, it made you a little bit careless. So instead of you really being the devil that you really are and ruling with an iron fist, you kind of got softer with it. You started doing you started believing in the bullshit, which made you sloppy. So now, through the Lord, Yahweh Bashir Rashad, he sent the prophets out there. So now you're like, oh damn, instead of keeping them really in complete slavery, what you really should have done is really keep us in straight, keep us in a how you say a hush mouth. You did. You try to play games, you try to do sorcery and trickery, you try to bring in this whole new world order. Really, basically, for the greed, it blinded you. But ultimately, you being in power forever was not promised. Israel's going to be in power through Yahweh Shah, right?
it says, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. Therefore shall,
He really did think that.
it says, therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it rises.
And that's why America's crumbling.
And they ain't gonna be able to put it together. Yep. And how did this happen? How did we ain't see this? They're gonna call the witches and warlocks. So y'all didn't tell me about this. We didn't have no insight or foresight of this taking place. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately it's coming from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
And witchcraft, this kingdom is falling because you have a lot of people going into the witchcraft, looking for answers. So that shows you right there, this place is falling down.
It says, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. So you're not going to have no defense from what Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is about to bring upon you. It says, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Verse 12, it's the last verse. It says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. So Esau has been involved in sorcery and witchcraft for centuries, man. Years upon years. Yeah, going back to the Greek, the Roman Empire, man. When he came out of that low estate, from being in the clefts of the rocks, being in the hills, being in a beastly-like state, which he's still in that beastly-like state. But, when he came into a position and a level of power, he got fully involved, more so in that witchcraft, man, and that sorcery. It says,
remember, he saw us and obtained our identity. How you say, he took it for himself.
Yeah. He said, man, I came from the bottom to the top. That bottom from the top shit, that came from, that got that from Esau. Esau said, I used to know how to communicate. I didn't shower. Yeah. I had bugs crawling on me. I lived the lowest of the low of the low. I came from the mud. That you niggas got that from Esau, man. That's what Esau says in his heart, man. He said, I came from the bottom. Y'all were doing better than me. I was in the cliff.
It tells you when Dick was into that motor shit.
Yeah.
They taught Edom how to
Yeah.
cave and do
He
all
said the
that.
only way I survived was the juniper berry.
And then it tells you how
But Samar, the only way he survived was off the roots. The Lord they might have got wiped out if the Lord didn't give them certain plants and roots to ultimately, to cleanse certain parasites. Because this is a beastly like man.
they wanted to what 13 tribes Arthur's question tells you how the whole building up of them becoming Amalek, then become thinking that they're the real people.
Yeah. That whole so easy a caveman can do it.
Yep.
You know, and Esau don't like, which Apostle Ramlov was going into. You don't see too many caveman movies no more, man. Back in the day, you used to always see caveman movies going into
They don't want to show you his true
yeah. He was so mad about it. He told everybody came from a caveman.
And
Stop
again,
talking about me like that. Everybody came from a caveman. What y'all talking about?
that's why, again, going back to what I was saying earlier. See, Amalek knows, he took our identity. The modern, regular so-called Edomites or everyday Edomites,
Right.
they actually believe that they're white. And the reason why they feel good because they live in gated communities and they project. When they see a bunch of bloodshed and crime, that's what makes them so-called white people feel good.
Oh, they got good credit.
But they're all cave people. And the only reason why they're good is have some type of pride in themselves because they're all dysfunction. So Amalek took our identity, and then Amalek gave you a white hope, a white what is it? Like he created the word white in 1619 here in Virginia. They gave you this whole system. Oh, I'm white. Better than niggas. Better than niggas. But we're in reality, the world is now being exposed that you are nothing but a fucking caveman. You're a devil. You're the sons of the wicked.
Going back to Cain, man. He said so that mark that he set upon Cain. He said, they shall seek to slay me. Roughly paraphrasing, man. And ultimately, the Lord is protecting this man. So hey, we can't rise up against Esau. Ultimately, the Lord protected Cain and his seed, the Edomites, because he's reserving a special judgment and special destruction for them. That's why we got to wait upon the Lord, man. The scriptures say, woe to them that have lost patience, man. We can't rise up against this man. And, you got Jake trying, all we got to do is do this and stand together and, gather, some type of militant form and ammunition and do this and establish our own. All that's going to get taken down, man. It's not going to work. That's you trying to go around Yahweh Shai. You're trying to take matters into your own hands. You have to say, vengeance is mine. Vengeance is the Lord's, man. The Lord's been patiently waiting, to go out and bring this devil down, man. The angels as well, man. It says, stand now with thine enchantments and the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail.
Yeah, not. Because I've really been exposed to y'all. And again, Revelation 18, Jeremiah 50, 51, Isaiah 47. It says you're going to be destroyed. You're going to slavery. And that's so be all. Nothing you can do. It's like this, what is it? I believe the second Ezra 9 chapter tells you everything has its balance. And you're not going to, nothing you can do to make your minute go more further than when it's supposed to end. So we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. Lord, please edify. We're going to give our praise on the glory to
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakatash.
We're going to give double honors to our apostles of GMS that rule as well. Our beloved elders,
Shalom.
men that we learned underneath. And a peace, blessing, salutation to the saints out there, the hope of elect, to you, Aqua, tuning in. Shalom.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.